Maximus has left Garrulus temporarily to travel on the road for a few days towards Ondar City. He has received a message from his host to attend a meeting to discuss the terms and conditions of the instructions that Maximus has sent ahead of the caravan for when they arrive. He is not travelling alone, of course. His personal assistant and chief encampment worker, Trenk, has pulled the short straw and is travelling with him. Not so much as to keep Maximus company, of course, but to be the fall guy if anything goes wrong. And he knows this.
So, tell me, boss, why are we heading to Ondar City again?
How many more times must I explain? Our host, the ever-efficient Lord Eldred, has invited us on an extended stay to perform for a while. I, for one, am not going to let this opportunity slide.
So, you're leaving the caravan in Garrulus for this meeting? Why couldn't it wait for when we all reach Ondar?
Because I am a man of business. If there is something that bothers me, I see to it that it no longer bothers me. And Lord Eldred bothers me.
Sorry, Maximus. I still don't understand.
Trenk, you are not meant to understand. You are not here to understand. You are here to take the flak if anything goes wrong.
Pardon me for talking, I'm sure.
Granted.
Maximus, I think we're about to have company.
Set spit.
You know him?
Boris. Well, look who we have here. Greetings, Maximus. What do you want, Boris? I try and pretend to be pleased to see you, but that's something I find very hard to do. Your father sends his regards. He wonders when you'll have some news to share with him, Boris. When I have news from my father, I shall share it with him. For now, I have nothing to say. Not to you, nor to him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some important business to attend to in Ondar City. Important caravan business. You'll know how impatient your father can be. However, I shall respect your wishes, as much as I disagree with them. I shall indeed relay your regards. However, I'm sure your father will be most displeased. As if I'm bothered what my father thinks. I'll return home in due course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll leave you to get on with your day, as you wish. Good day, Maximus.
Who was that then, Maximus?
Just a somewhat irritating little man who works for my father. No one you need to concern yourself with.
But, what was with the mask? Is he part of some secret cult? Are you part of some secret cult?
Questions like that are bound to get you hurt, Trenk. Remember, I brought you along with me as my full guy. Don't make that premature.
Sorry I spoke.
Again, granted.
I just hope we don't bump into anyone else on the road. If we want to reach Ondar soon, we need to keep moving.
Will you just be quiet for 5 minutes? I need to think about... in the name of...
City Watchguard? What are they doing this far out of Ondar City?
Let me do the talking.
Old friend, I'm Captain Dover of the 6th Ondar City Watch.
Greetings, Captain. And what can I and my companion do to help you? You're a long way outside the city of Ondar.
We are chasing down a potential vampire threat. They were seen leaving the house of a merchant in the city, and we suspect the merchant is in league with the vampires.
And?
We wondered if you had seen anyone else along the way from Garrulus. We believe they are heading back towards their home in Necrotia. formerly known as Dreven, of course. And the road will take them to Garrulus.
Well, we just met someone who knows Maximus's father.
Built up. I'm doing the talking.
Well, about this person you met?
An associate of my father. Nothing more than that. A trader who has contact on his behalf with the rest of the world. They were making their way back to him in the desert realm. He's a nomad isolated from the rest of society except for our mutual friend. I used to travel with my family until I went to make my own way in life.
And you are?
Maximus of Gebelra, at your service.
Ha! The master of ceremonies of the Caravan.
The same.
Ah, so you're heading to Ondar on business, I assume.
A word of advice, Captain. It's not a good idea to assume, as it makes an ass out of you and me. However, you are correct in this moment. I and my associate are heading towards Ondar City on business with Lord Eldred, who is paying for our attendance in a few months. We are currently being hosted in Garrulus by the Duke himself, and I have left my troop in the capable hands of Sophia, whom I trust entirely with her skills as a dancer and as an assistant show manager.
Well, I and my people shall not keep you. I am certain you have much to deal with.
Much obliged. Come, Trenk, let's get moving. Good day, Captain.
Good luck in your travels. I, for one, am excited to see the show when it gets to Ondar. It's not often we get belly dances in our fair city.
Of course you are. Everyone is. Trenk, move.
Yes, Maximus.
You really need to learn to control that mouth of yours.
I don't understand. I was only being honest. If they're looking for a vampire, then they should know the man we met to rule him out.
I don't care. Boris is an old friend of my father's, and I am not going to have him harassed by soldiers of the Ondar City Watch. He has enough to deal with.
So you say. Sounds like he's hard done by, if you ask me. I know how he feels.
He is nothing of the sort. However, you'll be even more hard done by when I leave you at the side of the road with concussion. Now shut up and let's get moving.
You know, you really need to work on your people skills, Maximus.
I honestly don't care. And so, Maximus and Trenk are near Ondar City. What will they discover when they arrive? Who will they meet? And will the meeting with Lord Eldred go according to plan? With the city visible on the horizon, Maximus moves closer towards his destiny. However, it seems with the knowledge that his father is requesting his presence, how long will it be before he can no longer ignore the summons and will have to leave for Necrotia? Will Trenk figure out what is going on and who Boris really is? Probably not. After all, he is the fall guy, and is only there to take the flak. Nervously he follows Maximus, ready to face whatever fate his master has for him. He now wishes he never pulled that straw. Maximus and Trenk have reached Ondar City. Whilst they are expected to meet with Lord Eldred, they have a day to spare before they do so. Maximus decides to head out on his own, rendering Trenk unconscious and locking him in his room. After all, the man is considered by Maximus to be a liability. Once outside of the tavern, Maximus makes his way towards a rather shady side of the city. He's looking for an old acquaintance whom he has not seen for a while. Ha! Petrovich, you are a disgusting, snivelling worm as always. Your foul stench precedes you. I had heard you'd made it to Ondar City, so I thought I'd drop by. I can assure you that this is not a social call.
Maximus, I would say it's a pleasure to see you, but I have to close up the shop. I have a pressing matter to deal with. Nice of you to drop by.
Oh, I don't think you're going to be anywhere anytime soon. Where is my money?
Do we really have to deal with this now? I have much to be getting on with, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way.
Don't play games with me, Petrovich. I am a patient man, but my patience with you is running out fast. When I heard you had sold the mystic dragon on the edge of Gebelra, I realized you must have come into a pretty amount of coin. I was disappointed you didn't contact me sooner.
I would have done, but you keep moving around, so I...
Don't give me those excuses. They are as pathetic as you. Now, I suggest you sort out my money fast, or would you rather I send round some friends to help convince you?
You have no one in this city, Maximus. Your threats can't frighten me here. Besides, there's the city watch you need to contend with.
Which district is this of the city watch? District 13?
Well, yes, but I don't see how that helps. Oh. Oh, no. You don't mean...
Absolutely. District 13 is controlled by our fellow vampires. I suggested to my father that we have a group of them hidden in plain sight in order for us to be able to be in control of the city's underworld.
But how do they explain everything that goes on in District 13 then? Surely the monarch must realise this place is riddled with crime.
Oh, the monarch and their council are fully aware of the problems plaguing District 13. However, they're under the impression that the City Watch for this district is doing a good job, which means we can operate unimpeded, which also means I can send in my associates in order to get my money.
Maximus, I need more time. Can't you let me have a day or two more?
So that you can vanish again? Not likely. So, what's it going to be? Pay up now, or let me have my fun?
All right, Maximus. You win. I hope you choke on the proceeds you gain from this.
Good. I knew I could get it out of you eventually. 100,000 krell.
But Maximus, I've only given you 10,000 krell. Can't we call it quits at that?
Yes, well, I'm sure this will help me out during my time here in Ondar City. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some other people to meet. I'll be seeing you again sometime, Petrovich. he's all your very own, gentleman.
Thanks, Maximus. I take it he didn't pay up.
Oh, he paid up. Only he failed to give me the full amount of what he owed me. It's only fair I let you gentlemen have your fun.
That's very noble of you, Maximus. Come along, gentlemen. Let's deal with our friend, Petrovich.
I love the sound of violence in the morning. Now, to my next visit. Time to make some purchases. Maximus, having visited Petrovich, walks to his next port of call in the district. A small run-down shop in the rear corner of a dead-end alleyway, hidden away from the world. In the gloom, the light of a small lantern can be seen as it lights up the small area around it. This particular place is hidden from prying eyes, and Maximus knows it well. This is the one place he can find exactly what he is looking for. Anyone about? Shop? Oh, yes. Why, it be young Master Maximus, back from his time in the war. Has the Tyrant King been victorious? Cyril, that was 600 years ago, and well you know the Tyrant King and his vampire army lost the war. Oh, that'd be. Well, don't just stand there on ceremony. Sit yourself down and tell Mad Cyril what he can do for ye. Cyril, I'm looking for a... What is that disgusting smell? Oh, don't mind that. It's just my skin coat drying on the fire. I don't think I want to know, to be honest. Unart and glued. Do you even know why I'm here? Nar, you come for the dreaded mouthwash, my little darling, haven't ye? And the name of... What are you talking about? They do say as how Ondar City is haunted, my dear. This little fag end is haunted. You give me sixpence and I'll on everything. I'm not getting anywhere with you, it seems. Oh, the glued and garly by. Do you know why I am here? Farnduple, Fargan, Dipe and Crickly Glarn. I am getting nowhere fast. Be near that clatted Broadly Bison guy. Do you know why I am here? Damn it, man. Answer me. Broadly on cleat, by rippled slippy gazy down. Now listen here, Gideon. You may hide behind your false madness as Mad Cyril, but you know exactly why I am here. I have come to collect. Maximus. Alright, just let me go. I can't take you to it. Follow me. What's he done to upset you this time? He owed me a total of 100,000 krell. His debt kept rising with interest. My interest. He failed to pay his debt in full. However, I have the 10,000 krells you wanted for the artifact. I take it you were hoping to gain some extra pocket money. No, I didn't actually. Look, just get on with it. You know how to pick them, Maximus. Petrovich is a snivelling coward anyway. Now, behind this door is the very thing you've been waiting for. I'll just cast the vanishing spell. These are not conventional doors, as you know. So, this medallion will help me confirm the identity of the newcomer, shall it? Amongst other things. Maximus, that happens to be the Amulet of Seers, the most powerful amulet in the whole of the Ondarian monarchy. I had to risk the lives of a lot of good people just to get that. I lost the majority of them in the process. Yes, well, that's not my concern, Gideon. I need this amulet to help me identify the newcomer to my troop. They're a skilled dancer, but there's something familiar about them. This could answer all my concerns. So you'll take it then? 10,000 krell as we agreed. Done. I'm surprised you're not upping the price, to be honest. Look, I know not to play games with you. It never ends pleasantly. Just ask Petrovich. Not that I care about him. It never ends pleasantly, as you say. And a word of advice, Gideon. When I'm about, don't overdo the mad Cyril act in my presence. It will do you no good whatsoever. Understood, Maximus. So what's your plan in Ondar City? Where are you off to next? Lord Eldred and I have a meeting. He's going to be our host for the extended period myself and my belly dancers are going to be here putting on our shows in Ondar City. You need to be careful with him. He's part of that Ordos Interitum, that group of vampire hunters. I have people on the inside that provide me with the information. If he finds out you're a vampire, you're done for. Come now, we're not going to let a little thing like that get in the way of business. Besides, I'm very, very good at blending in. It's just a shame you lack the same ability. None taken. I'm sure you'll be back soon, however, when you and your troop reach Ondar City. I will be. You've not seen the last of me. Gideon. And so, Maximus has acquired an amulet that will allow him to identify the newcomer to his troop. If it works, he will soon learn why this particular individual is so familiar to him. He realizes, though, that whatever happens, he will be responsible for dealing with the situation. he will be responsible for the actions that need to be taken. Maximus realizes he needs to tread carefully, and the news that Lord Eldred is a member of the Ordos Interitum has put him on the defense. However, he has the ability to blend in with humans better than any other vampire, considering he has been amongst humans for as long as he has been. However, he will need to work hard to keep Lord Eldred convinced he's just the manager and master of ceremonies of a group of belly dancers. Or at least, the person who he thinks is Lord Eldred.
Maximus is finally meeting with Lord Eldred to speak of the caravan in advance of its arrival. His lordship seems particularly keen to welcome them. As they carry out their order of business, Maximus seems to gain an insight exactly as to why. However, he knows when to keep his tongue, for his opinion clearly doesn't matter. Mind you, he doesn't care when there's a large amount of coin to be had from a somewhat lucrative business opportunity, such as this.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Maximus, for accepting my invitation for you and your caravan of dancers to attend Ondar City. I can assure you that the city hasn't had this much excitement for the announcement since the execution of Duke Carrick of Garrelos some 150 years ago.
If I recall my history, he was the last of the family line, which is how the family of the current Duke came to power.
Ah, astute in business and history, it seems. Bravo, Maximus. Where did you study?
My lord, I am but a humble citizen of the desert realm, my father a nomad. I travelled with him and the rest of the family till I decided to leave them and make my own way in the world. Naturally, I realised in order to survive I'd need an education.
That must have been difficult with no money or status.
It was very difficult. That is until I found myself on the doorstep of a man of business. Tyrant was his name. At the time I didn't have one of my own, so he bestowed upon me the name I have now. Maximus.
Yes, well, anyway, I was informed that you're travelling with an associate. They don't appear to be present at this time.
I'm sorry to say, my lord, that Mr. Trenk, to my dismay, has become rather a liability to me on this journey.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Believe me, I'm not. I can't have him opening his big mouth and giving away secrets of the caravan now, can I?
So, you decided to let him roam the city without you?
On the contrary, he did me a huge favour by getting arrested by the City Watch. District 13, nonetheless.
I feel for that district. So much crime. It's unfortunate your associate betrayed your trust.
Oh, I understand he's going to be publicly flogged, and his tongue removed as punishment for his thievery.
That is a rather harsh punishment for thievery.
I should have seen it coming. Things had started to disappear in the encampment. Now I know whose tent to be checked on my return.
Yes, well, I'm sure you will deal with that on your return. Will you be watching the punishment?
Of course I will. I want to make sure he's well and truly silenced. It'll be a vile sight, of course, but we Desert Realm people are strong in stomach and heart.
Indeed. I am sure you are, with the harsh environment you come from. At least you have civilized areas such as Cali and Gebelra.
Indeed, but I'm not here to discuss home. I'm here to discuss business.
Indeed.
The coming of the caravan has caused excitement for me and the people of Ondar City. It's rare we get one belly dancer in the city, let alone an entire troop of them.
So I understand. I hear the ticket sales for the shows are going very well indeed.
Absolutely. They will bring so many people to the tent.
So there will be plenty of coin in the coffers by the time we leave. For the both of us.
Indeed, and who knows, you might find some fresh dancers for your show. The Ondarian elders themselves do not approve of the dance, but the younger generations look for more excitement in their lives. I imagine that you'll find a few runaways in your troop once you leave.
No doubt in disguise so that their disapproving families can't find them.
No doubt at all. However, I do need to change the subject. There is one other thing to discuss. Something important I need to ask you.
Go ahead. I have a feeling you're going to ask me, but I suspect you will.
I work for a group called the Ordos Interitum. We are vampire hunters of the highest caliber.
I see. And what is it you want from me, my lord?
We need someone we can trust. Someone who travels a lot to report anonymously in at every stop they make regarding suspected vampires. Then we dispatch a hunter to take out the target, and you get a reward of 10,000 krell per vampire.
10,000 krell, eh? That would be fine for the small-time vampires, but some of the more powerful ones are much more than that. Worth much more than that.
Then we have piqued your interest. Indeed, I am authorized to tell you that for the more powerful vampires, we are allowed to offer 25,000 to 100,000 krell. But only if your information is reliable.
Oh, believe me, my lord, it will be reliable. It will be very reliable.
Good. Then I feel we can count upon your allegiance.
No, of course, my lord. The thought of making profit through the killing of vampire scum pleases me indeed.
Then I shall leave you with that, and you can get on with your day. I'm sure you have much to deal with before you leave.
Of course, my lord. Thank you, and good day. Did Maximus take the bait?
My Lord Volkov, he didn't see through my disguise. He is really going to go through with the scheme.
Boris, we need to sow the seeds of doubt amongst the Ondarians. If I know Maximus as I do, he will target people who are not vampires. That will turn the people against the Ordo Interitum and create suspicion and hatred.
Why could we not have just told him ourselves? Why did I have to portray Lord Eldred?
Because, Boris, we need Maximus to believe everything that's going on is of his own doing. What he doesn't realize is that we are manipulating him towards his destiny.
I only hope he doesn't figure that out soon, once he realizes the money is not coming in.
Oh, but it will. There are ways of getting money to him that will keep him loyal to his true lord and master.
So his anonymous messages will go to the vampire hunters?
Of course. Maximus has an ability to change his handwriting style at will. As he knows it needs to be anonymous, he will change his writing every time so that they don't figure out it's coming from the same individual. The vampire hunters will believe there is a network of Ondarians working against them. Again, this will sow the seeds of suspicion
and hatred.
And in the process of Maximus's actions, make the Ondarian people start to deal with their problems themselves. It would be the end of the Ordos Interritum.
Exactly. Now, let's return to Necrotia before we are discovered. So, he's going to be put through the punishment then? I can assure you, Maximus, that he will suffer everything that he deserves. Do you wish to speak with him?
No, I don't wish to see or talk to him. Do I look as if I care for him and his welfare?
Well, what is it you actually want, Maximus?
Why don't you take me through the process of punishment? I'd like to hear that, if I may.
If you're sure you want to.
I have never been so certain.
Well, firstly, the prisoner is restrained at the wrists and ankles. The body is pulled tight, enough to stop squirming, enough to cause discomfort and slight pain, but not enough to break the body physically. Next comes the cats of Nine Tails.
Cats?
There's two involved. One for the front of the body, one for the back of the body. Believe me, we are going to make him pay for his crimes. They rack up by the hour, which means the greater the punishment.
Impressive. Again, not that I really care about that.
Then we take the, then we take, we take a white, hot, large knife or dagger to the, yes,
Yes, I know what you're getting at. You mean you take the knife and cut them off?
Much obliged.
You know, Wagner, for a vampire, you're not exactly the strongest of stock.
I know. I'm one of Volkov's yes-men. He put me on this detail for actually saying no. I didn't want to come here.
And now you're standing here describing the punishment my former travel associate is about to go through.
Yes, well, the red-hot knife, or the white-hot knife, is used more than once, of course.
You mean it's also used to cut out his tongue?
Yes and no. The knife is used for cauterizing and cleanup. What we intend to do... What we intend... Excuse me one moment.
Damn it, man. Volkov really put this one on you, didn't he? He must have known you were of weak stomach.
I'm not cut out for this. I'm set up for life on the Vampire Council. I disagree once with him, and this is what I get.
Well, next time I see him, I'll see if I can get you back to Necrotia. However, if you'll excuse me, I have a caravan waiting for me in Garalos. I have belly dancers to catch up with.
Oh, send my regards to the lovely twins.
As if they would know or care about you, Wagner. Farewell, and you can tell that idiot Trenk. Once he's done here, don't ever try to find his way back to us.
Oh, he won't be able to. Looks as if we're taking his eyes and ears as well as his tongue. I've just been handed a list of new charges. He's being held accountable for so many others. Our executioners are going to have a field day with this one.
And make sure there's no chance of him being rescued, of course.
No chance at all. With the charge sheet I'm holding, None of the groups that oppose the monarchy or the vampires or anyone else for that matter will want to touch him. His name is mud, as far as they are concerned.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have belly dancers to talk to back in Garrels.
Farewell, Maximus. Good fortunes on your travels. When they say don't take anything for granted, and that things are not always as they seem, it is advisable to take a step back and consider these matters as a whole picture. Maximus has failed to do this, and now he is on a pathway to potentially plunging the monarchy into a state of confusion, fear, and panic, much to the glee of his father. However, the lure of 100,000 krell is enough to ensure Maximus is loyal towards his achievements. Now, back on the road to Garrelos, he is preparing to bring the good tidings to his crew, and of course, his belly dancers.